Everybody, welcome in. I am still in the Nicola Bulley rabbit hole, and I want to go over a few interviews that the ghoul did. The man he spoke to that owns a spot at the Wire Caravan Park, very interesting. And then the owner Penny came over, and I don't know, but I do know, a rumor has it that Penny was the one that found or picked up Nicola Bulley's phone off the bench. And then I'm going to walk you guys through a scenario. And with that, let's get into it. Let's have a listen in on when Curtis, the ghoul, interviewed the man that owns a caravan at the Wire Caravan Park. And then we'll hear what Penny has to say. This is Curtis Media from TikTok and YouTube, the man that was arrested for filming them pulling Nicola out of the Wire River. So here he is, he's in the Wire Caravan Park, and he approaches a man that lives there. And here the man is going to talk about what happened to Nicola. And let's listen.
There, accidentally.
Yeah.
So then the alternatives are whatever, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, they spent 3 weeks searching the river.
And it's shallow. It's not that deep around the corner.
Yeah, I mean, she wouldn't have gone over the weir because it was just round there's the measuring station upstream of the weir, and you would have at most it was 1 metre.
Coming over the weir, there's only about that much water.
A couple of inches. She would never have gone over there.
And just before the weir, around the bend, very shallow.
Yeah, that's right. And they would have found her.
They would have
found her in the first week, easy.
By the bench is quite deep, but there's no flow. I put a log in there today and it hasn't moved. Yeah,
but directly on the thing, it's quite shallow. It might be deep in the middle.
Yeah. I don't believe it, I'll be honest, I don't.
No,
I don't know what's happened, but I don't think she went in there.
Supposedly the post-mortem came up with like she's not there was no suspicious things.
I know they're doing an inquest, aren't they, to just figure out whether there's anything else evidence-wise in the body or whatever. But
I reckon she's been put in after downstream of the weir.
Yeah.
Once they've finished all the searching, she's gone in there.
Somewhere maybe not there, maybe somewhere just down there a little bit, maybe out of the way.
Yeah. But the police are probably telling lies because they wanted to have been in that water all the time.
They do.
Because I could tell. I came the other week. I could tell because we have like a fly screen with wooden bobbles on.
Yep.
And one of them was broken. Now, I always make sure that they don't get broke. So somebody's been in.
Right, you knew.
You know, and this is before they actually searched the site.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So somebody had been through that.
Somebody had been in.
You knew?
It may have been the site owner. I don't know.
I've got you.
Somebody had been in.
So what was it, a curtain? With the bubbles on?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, wooden ones, and one of them got crushed.
So you knew somebody had been, but obviously because you knew.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
The gentleman speaks very low, but he basically says the water is not even a 1 meter. If she did fall in the wire, they would have found her within the week. He also states that he knows for a fact that somebody broke into his caravan that day because of the fly screen. He's not sure who it is. It could have been the owner of the park, a Penny. Then he mentions that the police did not come and search that caravan park until 2 weeks after Nicola went missing. The Lancashire Police completely botched this investigation from day one. And now let's go meet a Penny, the owner of the caravan park that supposedly found Nicola's phone.
Yeah, let me come and talk to you.
You have gone to the vehicle, so who are you? Your TikTokers,
No, we don't do TikTok. No, we actually...
And now, Curtis, you are a very recognizable kind of person, and you shouldn't have lied at the penny. She probably knew that you were a tiki talker, but that was probably the first strike.
Technically,
You're the barber job, aren't you?
I'm the barber, yes.
Yes, thought you were.
Did you read the media, did you?
Yeah, go on, off you go. Off you go.
We actually came on just to look around how big it is. That's what it was.
Private. What do you think you're doing?
Because it was open, we walked in.
It's
and
not open.
this gentleman here said a lovely lady owns it.
Right.
If she's here, she'll
Go
talk
on,
to
off
you.
you go. Off you go. Go on, both of you.
So you got no words to say, no?
No, nothing
No,
to say
no.
about anything. No, I suppose he had.
No, he just said he's selling his caravan.
Now, isn't she just a friendly woman? Funny how she says, I bet he said a lot, or he spoke, referring to the man who Curtis spoke to previously. But if that was not enough, and I will attach the link to Curtis Media down below to watch his full video, but I never caught this part before. Who is this kid? And let's see what he has to say. Another friendly one.
Who are you?
Yeah, down. Yeah, police are here, mate. Go, move. You think it's funny, right?
Didn't harass nobody, mate.
The guy at the end is just a little bean. Don't you move! Yelling, the police are gonna come, they're gonna arrest you. Nicola Bulley ghoul. I am actually in the process of finding out some information regarding the caravan park attached to Nicola on the PNN engineering. Let's go on a quick road trip and let me talk about my scenario to this whole entire nothing makes sense regarding Nicola Bulley. Let me run this scenario past you and just think about this real quick. Let's jump through these times. 8:43. Nicola pulls in to this parking lot and she drops her children off at the primary school. She takes her dog Willow, she walks down Garstang Road over the bridge, and she gets on the towpath. At 8:50, she passes the gentleman that's walking the dog right about here. Their dogs exchange a little sniffy, and Nicola continues her walk. Now, which way she walked here, I don't know. 9:01, she logs into her team call. Approximately around 9:10 a.m., somebody who knew Nicola saw her in the upper field around here. We also know the security camera that sits right here picked her up, and she is seen with her phone out in front of her, and that is probably when she's on the team call. So from 9:10 to 9:20, 10 minutes, her phone is found on the bench, which is right about, I know it's over here somewhere, here or here. At 9:30, she disconnects from the team meeting. And then at 9:35 a.m., her phone is found facing upwards. Willow was found between the bench and the gate, pacing. Her harness and lead were found halfway between the bench and the river. I mean, how set up does this sound? This gate right here is where I believe Willow was brought back and the phone was placed on the bench. At 10:50 a.m., Paul was notified, and at 11 a.m., Nicola was reported missing to the police. In my interviews with Paul, 1 and 2, which is part 1 up here, remember the time frame that he says that he realizes that Nicola was going to be home any minute, and that is when he goes into the office. I also found some information regarding the connection to that 4.5 hour south, and maybe why he has that address as the business. What are you up to, Mr. Paul Ansel? And then we know that 23 days later, when all of these people in helicopters and drones, dogs, were out looking, and she was never found. Nicola's body was found right about here, is where she was found 23 days later, up in the reeds, which makes no sense. The caravan park that is attached to Nicola's name on the P&N engineering company that she is partners in with Paul, that is suspended right now, is number 3, the Larbrecht Gardens Caravan Park. Now, I don't know how the numbers run, but I do know that this first one on the right is number 2. So is it 1, a 2, a 3? So 1, 2 behind the office, and then 3? I don't know. How in the world? It's crazy. So just hear me out. Hear me out, hear me out, because just listen to what I have to say. It just doesn't make sense. And I will say it again, if her sister ever happens to see this video, please call a private investigator. You know, you have to wonder too if she was cremated, because just something is just not right. A 45-year-old woman goes to a place that she has been going for years to walk her dog with people around. Let's just say that she did accidentally trip and fall, and she hit her head on a rock. Where is she going? I mean, we can see the terrain. We know that the water is not deep. So let's just say that she fell, she hit her head, and she rolled down into the Wire River, face down, and she's just laying. Somebody was going to see her, and it would not have taken 23 days. Water right there is a meter deep. So she floated a mile down the river and then got caught up out of the water in the reeds between the bench where she was supposedly sitting to a caravan park that is registered as her address. Why? So Nicola falls, she's somehow laying in the river, and then we have Willow, the phone on the bench and her harness between the bench and the wire. But she's pacing from the bench to the gate. Why was Willow not barking or down by the water? Why wasn't Willow's feet wet? Because Willow never saw what happened to Nicola. Something happened, but it was not a slip and fall. And I can't imagine. Tell me your thoughts, guys. I just don't know what to think about this whole entire situation. I truly hope the coroner really investigated Nicola's death, because none of it makes sense. Absolutely not one part. I completely think it was staged. If anyone believes that she fell and slipped in the Wire River and was not found for 23 days later, and this was some freak accident, please tell me a scenario and just make it make sense. But with that, guys, it is a wrap. Everyone, thank you for coming in. Please make sure you click that like, the subscribe, and the bell for notifications so you do not miss the next time we drop a video or go live. Everybody, have a good day or a good night wherever you are in the world, and stay vigilant. I am out.